Welcome to Unproblematic Podcast, where we embark on a journey of self-healing, empowerment, and the unbreakable bond of sisterhood. Join us as we explore the transformative power within every woman, sharing stories, insights, and tools to inspire your personal growth. This is your space, girl. Embrace healing, connect with fellow sisters, dance, and celebrate the strength that lies within. I'm your host, your girl, Shalom Unique, and together, let's cultivate a community of resilience and support. Mwah! Crowns up. Good morning, queens. Well, I'm releasing this at noon, so good afternoon, queens. Happy UPQ Sunday. I hope your week was great and you ladies practiced some sort of discipline this week. And I am so glad that you decided to start your week off with UPQ. This morning was such a rough morning for me, y'all. I'm so glad I was able to turn it around, but I have been on this journey of healing, and just really looking into why I move the way I do, why I perceive the things that happen to me the way I perceive them, just all in all, why I do the things I do, like the psychology of myself. And with that, it does come with a lot of reflection when I'm feeling low or when I'm feeling triggered. So this morning, I was just so triggered in my body, full of just hurt and disappointment. And this was like a continuous feeling. Like I wouldn't feel it every day, every other day, but it would come up ever so often. And so I decided to sit with that and really do some just deep thought on where this feeling comes from. I have been really pushing myself to stay with my commitments. And I know that if I stay with it, I'm going to be so great. I'm going to be so good beyond even what I can imagine. I know I have it within me, but sometimes the thought of being beyond what I can imagine gets me triggered. And I was just like, what? Why does that get me triggered? Thinking about me being the best, thinking about me being yeah, I'm that girl, having that fear to just stand out and be number one, or, have wealth, or really just be above others in a way of, not necessarily saying this is beneath me. And some things are beneath me, but just that feeling of being that girl. Why was that so triggering to me? And why did I would cry thinking about, I know what I need to do to be great. However, it's I don't want to do them. Not out of being late. It's not from being lazy. It's not from being not knowing what to do. Why does that trigger me? And I really had to get my journal out and do some writing and some reflecting and dive deep in my memories on the day I stopped being that girl and what happened. And a memory came to me. Everyone has group chats, right? And I had a friend group, in this particular group chat, we all be chit-chatting together. But, everybody got their separate group chat, right? So one of the girls in the group chat, my friend, and at this point, she was supposed to be my bestie, texting the group chat. And I know that she meant to text in the group chat that didn't have me in it, right? And I remember her text was they were preparing to do something. These girls were preparing to do something, go out or do something. And she was like, let's not invite Shalom because she's going to get all of the attention. And I remember reading that, and in that moment became so small because I felt like, wow, like these are my friends. Like I know I don't want my friends to feel like, they don't matter or they are beneath me, or when I come around, like, they don't get spotlights. And I did not realize that from that moment on, I literally rearranged my life so that I'm always sharing the spotlight. Like, I'm always making room for others. And I ain't finna do that no more because I'm that girl. And it's okay for me to be that girl. In that moment, I wish I would have had the knowledge that I do now to just be like, oh, well, y'all not my friends. Because if I'm the best one in the group, or if I make y'all feel less than, or if I give y'all a hint of jealousy and y'all ain't stepping it up, then, y'all not the friends for me. Now, in present time, I'm not even like really close to them people anymore. I'm really not friends with them. But in that time, my need for a friendship and support was so strong, and operating in low self-worth, that I dimmed my light in order for them to feel like they had a light. And I'm sure they had some light, I don't know. But, the girl was popping, and it still is. But I just thought about that, and I was like, wow, how important is it to have a healthy support team or a healthy support group, healthy relationships? It's just, had I surround myself with people who were cheering for me and saw me as a peer with love, or even saw me as an expander and not seeing me as someone who's taking something away from them. Like, I had to reimagine that moment in my head in order for me to just like get through some healing. But I wanted to talk about that today, like the importance of having a solid support team and really surrounding yourself with people who are team you and want the best for you. So let's get into our affirmations. Okay, queens, repeat after me. I am a queen. I am loved and worthy. I choose to be happy. I am enough. I am proud of myself. I trust myself. I am strong and resilient. Every day, I am getting healthier. I am allowed to feel good. And I know that healing takes time. I am a queen. So getting back into the story, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I just had a moment this morning to really just dive deep into that. And that's when I noticed, like I said, that I did not surround myself with supportive people. After that incident, y'all, when I tell you my whole perspective of being friends with women changed, when I didn't know at that moment, but what I should have did was found, prayed, and really waited for God to surround me with people who were healthy and supportive. It really stopped me from having people that I could depend on, like emotionally. We all have friends where we go and we be like, girl, won't kiki, yeah, girl, yeah. But I didn't have that on that level. And it really just changed my whole perspective on friendships. Like, I never took friendships from that point on further than a level of like a test. So I'm going to test you to see how good of a friend you are. And time after time after time, even with family, friends, I would test them to see if they can be trusted. And time after time, they would fail the test, right? When it really was just, I needed to heal that part of me and ask God to put people in my life who I can trust and who would support me and who would pour into me instead of me continuously pouring into them. I remember also having this friend. I was so close to her, y'all. Like, I consider her as a bestie. Darn near a cousin. And it was like she just did some foul stuff. She played me to the left, everything you want in the box to the left, in the closet, that's my stuff, yes, if I bought it, nigga, please don't touch, and keep talking that mess, that's fine, but could you walk and talk at the same time, man, it's my name that's on that, like, it put me through it, and I can think of all my friendships, or just even like family ships, where I was so close to them, and somehow, they talking stuff. And how not putting myself in, just, taking myself out of those friendships. Like, I still remain friends with these girls. Or even a girl in my adulthood, so close to her. Like, this, hey girl. And, she was texting people, talking a mess behind me. And it was like, dad, girl, like, I see you as my right hand, my go-to, and you over here in the Twitter fingers, And it just really just altered. It gave me more drive to really pour into UPQ, right? But I didn't realize until this morning that in those moments, you don't have to stay. Like, in those moments, you don't have to continue to be these people's friends. Like, I'm such a loyal person that I just felt like, oh, I'm just going to push through it, when it's just like, that's not the life that God was building for me. To accept people who aren't supportive or aren't healthy for me to maintain. But I also didn't realize what having a healthy, supportive group was and how crucial it was to have one. And so I'm like, I know if I didn't know this information and had to really dig deep and understand why, then other people don't know why. So let's go through why. You deserve a healthy, supportive group. And when I was thinking about this list, it was like, it really was it's a list of what I want out of a supportive group, aka a family ship or friendship. So the first thing I thought about was like, having that group gives you that emotional support. It provides that like safe place where you can express your thoughts, your feelings, and express it without fear that they're going to judge you. It comes with like that empathy and kind of that validation and understanding. And I felt like that's essential in helping with like coping in any life challenges and stresses that you have. And that was something that I was like, yeah, I want people around me who are emotionally supportive. Now, no shade to the people, because I can name a solid 2 people that holds me down anytime I call, and I get the yapping and I can be with. And I also understand that, every friend has their purpose. So when I was making this list and really diving into manifesting and asking God to bring these people to me, I understand that I'm not looking for one person to be all of these things. You know what I mean? Like, it can be a course of multiple people that you got. You got your friend that you go out and about with. You got your friend that you will tell your deep darks to because she gonna take them to the grave. You got your friends that you don't really tell nothing to because they can't hold water. But I think everyone deserves that core support from friends and family. So the first thing I was like, God, I want friends and family around me that are emotionally supportive. Another one was some people around me that gives validation and empathy. So that kind of ties back into the emotional supportive. Like, I want to be surrounded by people who validate my experiences. Now, not every little thing needs to be validated. Like, validation definitely comes from within you, but it's a different, little zhush when you can call on somebody like, girl, this is what happened, boom, 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 and they validate that for you, and they offer that empathy, because that can help with feelings of loneliness. Like, to be able to call on somebody, go see somebody, you tell them about what's going on, you tell them the experience, and you receive that validation, helps just alter that loneliness or that feeling of like isolation, or even just that self-doubt. Like, am I tripping? No, girl, you ain't tripping. Or, no, babe, you not tripping. No, sis, you ain't tripping. That is so important to get through just every day, or even just minor things. Knowing that others have similar struggles and they are listening to you and can provide you with that support is comforting and reassuring. So yeah, number 2, validation and empathy. A third thing, I was like, God, this is what I really want in a healthy, supportive group or friendship, is people that I can call on to be like a stress reduction. Somebody that I can share my burdens with, like a supportive group where I can share my burdens with and they can lighten the load. Sometimes I be sick of being the funny one in the group. If I'm the most funny person here, Jesus, that's draining. If I'm always the person that's thinking or looking at things on the bright side, like, how draining is that when I need someone to help me look at things on the bright side? You know what I mean? And lighten the load. That's able to be there just to listen so that you can like talk through difficulties, or someone I can go to seek advice. Like, that's a stress reduction. Like, someone that you can go to because they're going to give you some good advice. Or simply just like being a listening ear, to gain like perspective. Someone that can help with problem solving more efficiently because their mind is intact. You would be surprised. But again, like, that might not be, you might have a group of five close people and not all 5 of them have that. You probably got that one friend that you like, let me go to her because I know she's going to give good advice. She going to be like, no, girl, let's think it through. Number 4, I really feel like having a supportive group really is an asset to your health and well-being. I am big on reading about health and wellness, hence reading, watching short documentaries, aka TikToks, about health and wellness, and I see so often that having a strong support system is associated with better physical and mental health. And that's honestly one of the main reasons why I created and really pushed through with UPQ and did UPQ the way I did it, because excuse me, being around people or group of women that you can share struggles with and you feel supported. How many of those women I think about are in those moments where it's 30 plus of us and we laughing and we talking and we giggling and we sharing experience with each other, and we're getting that validation and we're getting that empathy, come out feeling better, having a healthier mindset. People with supportive relationships experience like lower levels of anxiety. Like there's studies on this, lower levels of depression and stress, as well as just like when I saw that it improves, improves the function of your body, like your immune system. I said, what? Lord, where's the support team, honey? Because y'all hear their cough is coming. Health and wellness is so important. Like your health is literally wealth. And it's important to surround yourself by people who are there for you, because it helps in your health and wellness. Like you heard it from me. If you don't believe me, Google it. Literally, do your own research, y'all. But this just goes back to how I feel like, man, it was so important in that time. I wish I would have known the things that I know now when I was younger, because I would have just left them girls in the dust. I would have left certain family members in the dust, because I value my health and well-being. I want to be around people who help me with my stress, that gives me validation and emotional supportive. Like the things that will be accomplished when I have these things, or when God put these things in my life, is going to be crazy. Another thing I was thinking about was how having a strong support team, group, family, friends, helps with encouragement and motivation. A healthy support group offers encouragement, it offers motivation, accountability to help you pursue your goals, to overcome like obstacles, and really just strive for your personal growth and development. Like having those people who really are pouring into you and want the best for you increases all of that. It's just that positive reinforcement and constructive feedback from those individuals can really inspire you to push beyond your comfort zone. I've heard so many girls be like, or so many women be like, oh, you know, my friends just really pushed me. My friends just kept talking to me. I remember I have a mentor that I look up to, and she was like, her friends was just on her about getting a song out. They was like on her every day to release her music, to write her book, or whatever the case may be. Like, they push you to achieve your goals and aspirations because they care about you. And who does not want that? A sense of belonging is another thing that came on my list. How important it is to have that sense of belonging in your friend group, in your supportive group, to be a part of a community it gives you a sense of belonging and just connectiveness. Is that a word? And I feel like that's almost fundamental in human needs, like a sense of belonging. You need that. I was just watching Lilo and Stitch, and my nigga Stitch was like, I don't even know who I belong to. Like, how can y'all even be asking me to be good? I'm seeing people over here with their family. None of these families look like me. It's giving ugly duckling. And Lilo was like, nah, son, boo, you with us. You belong with us. And he changed his whole ways. You know what I mean? Lilo and Stitch, go watch Lilo and Stitch. Such a great example of what having a beautiful, supportive group. Now, they had their own struggles. Now, don't take Lilo and Stitch to the grave, but what that sense of belonging would do to your whole characteristic. Your whole personality will change when you have people that you feel like you belong. I belong here. This is my tribe. These are the people that are similar, and we have similar struggles. We have similar goals. We have similar just well-being. Being a part of that is fundamental. Like, you need that to survive. We can sometimes have this like, oh, I don't need nobody attitude, when it's like, no, you need at least somebody. Even the people that don't need nobody, they need somebody. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't be that girl. Knowing that you are accepted and valued and cared for by others boosts your self-esteem. It enhances like resilience, like knowing that somebody cares for you, that somebody out there loves you. It provides just a positive sense of identity. Come on now. I think about that, and I think about the friend groups that I was in and the friends that I was holding on to, and how I continuously just felt like I don't belong here. These girls ain't, this not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm here and I'm like, I'm exhausted. I didn't feel accepted, having a girl say that I don't want her to come because she too cute. In my head, I'm like, damn, maybe I not put a heel on. When actuality, if I was around the girls that was like, yes, girl, eating. Matter of fact, your heels is cute, but let's go a little them kittens. Let's get you in some 4-inch. Let's get you in some 6. You want to be around people that you feel a sense of community in. And I want that for myself. And the last thing I thought about was just how interacting with people within a supportive group, friendship, familyship, whatever, can improve your interpersonal skills. Now, I ain't making this up. I swear. I know it can. It improves your communication and just your conflict resolution abilities. Like being able to speak to people and express yourself, get to the root of the problem without it being no hard feelings. It provides like opportunities to practice empathy, to actively listen to others, to collaborate, and to have that healthy and fulfilling relationships on both sides within a group. Like, I definitely wrote all of this down because I was like, yeah, this is what I'm manifesting for my life. I have it in some people, but I want to make sure, God, if these people don't align, I want them out. And honestly, even before I came to this morning, me working on my healing has already weeded some people out. I don't talk to a lot of people as much as I did before. And sure, we can be like, I moved to Dallas, people stay in Milwaukee. But the people who are my day ones, they still my day ones, and I still know it. So all in all, having a healthy supportive group, I wish I would have known this when I was younger, is beyond essential for my emotional well-being, because it is a stress reduction. It's good for my physical health and your physical health, your personal growth, and sense of belonging. And being able to cultivate and nourish a supportive relationship can give you so much life. It enhances your resilience, and it contributes to your overall happiness and fulfillment. Having someone that you know can push you and you know wants the best for you is a beautiful thing, and I want everyone to feel that, because it's important. I want everyone to have that person. I pray for that for anybody that's listening and all the queens that I come across, because it's so very important. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you all. So I hope you wrote some stuff down that sparked a light in your soul. Yeah, and let me know what you all think. Hit me up. Write me in the comments. Come on Instagram. Something. Let's take a small break. Hey, y'all. Make sure y'all are following the Unproblematic Podcast on Instagram at The Unproblematic Queens. That's THE. Why did I just struggle on the word the? Anyway, THEUNPROBLEMATICQUEENS. I was trying to do Usher and I almost messed up on the spelling. Yeah, y'all, follow us on Instagram, and also follow me, your girl Shalom Unique, on the gram as well, and that's at SHALOMEUNIQUE. Mwah. Follow me. It is tea time, tea time, tea time. This is my favorite segment so far, because we get to take space and time to pour into others by spilling the tea on our own journey, because it is important to show that crowns come in all shapes and sizes. I am a firm believer on expansion, and sometimes we just need to see what the girls are doing and hear what they went through and was able to become resilient from, to really push ourselves and motivate ourselves to be the greatest. Okay? Mwah. Let's get into it. And this week we are talking to one of my dearest friends ever in the world, in America, Shaquan Sparks. I would say your full name, but we're not gonna get all up into it. This girl, let me tell y'all, I met her through an old friend, like randomly. We went to Minnesota for a friend's birthday, and spent the night overnight. We all up in Minnesota having a good time, and I just knew, like, I was just obsessed with this girl because she was so funny and always just knew how to have a good time. And it was like, ever since that day, I ain't never leave her side, y'all. Then, like 2 days later, we found out we stayed down the street from each other, so it just was like up from there. She has literally been like a joy to have in my life. Like, I've never seen this woman not getting to the bag, not having a good time. Like, she just enjoys life, and it's remarkable to see. But let me go ahead and let her introduce herself. We got the beautiful Shaquan. What's up, girl?
Hey, girl.
What's good, girl? What's tea? I haven't seen you in forever. I super, super miss you so much.
I know I miss you too. Nobody told you to move away.
I know. Nobody told me, girl, but I had to. You need to go ahead. Come on with it. I'm just saying.
Okay, pack up the family. We
Pack
out.
up the family, honey. Pack up the family. So let's just get right into it, girl. Give us some insight on what's tea, what's happened, what's happening, what's going to happen.
So basically, well, right now I am working on my health.
Yes.
Last year was kind of rough for me. I had COVID, I got RSV, so it was an impact on my lungs. I gained asthma from it, so it kind of like was a damper on my dancing and all the other hobbies that I like to do. So
Hmm.
that's what I've been working on. I just recently had surgery in December um, to get polyps removed out of my nose. That was helping. That was a cause of me having breathing issues on top of the asthma.
Yeah.
So everything right now, the healing process is great.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better. So I'm trying to get back into, training, taking classes because,
Yeah.
I don't feel like me if I ain't dancing somewhere.
I know that's right. How did you get into dance? When did you first started dancing?
I started dancing at 6 years old. I was in Kothi Dance Company, the African Dance
Woo
Company.
woo.
I was with them from 6 to 16.
Okay. Okay, 10 years.
Okay,
That's a
faithful, okay?
decade.
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
And then after that, in high school, I went to Milwaukee High School of Arts. Ooh,
Okay.
ooh.
Represent.
Okay, and I was a dance major there, so I sprouted out with learning different genres of dance because I used to just do African dance and like praise dancing because I was
Yeah.
in a church. So once I got to Milwaukee High School of Arts, I learned ballet, jazz, tap, modern, hip hop,
Mm.
all the genres. They had us training
Okay.
everything, honey. Okay, so that's where I really like branched off in my whole dance life. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna be a dancer. I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
Juilliard when I graduate. All that type of stuff. But
Right.
life happens,
Life be life in.
and your plans don't go as planned. But I was still dancing.
I
I
know
just didn't go
right.
to Juilliard like I was expected to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if
What you mean life happens? What happened?
my senior year I got pregnant.
With Yummy Yum Skin?
Correct.
What's Yummy's real name, girl? I don't know. I do know.
Girl, half the family don't know her real name. That's crazy.
What
Her
is
real
her?
name is Ayana.
Ayana.
Yes.
I knew that.
Girl, don't nobody call her by her government
I
name.
don't
That's
even know, girl. I'm like, what? What is Yummy? I know it's not Yummy on the birth certificate. I know it ain't.
Yeah, my dad had asked me one time too, like, babe, don't get mad, but what's my grandchild real name? I'm like,
Okay, cause what is it? I need to know, just in case.
yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. I had got pregnant, had her at 17, still graduated on time, okay? Don't let that stop you, boo boo.
Period.
So that just kind of like put a pause on my regular plans, but it didn't stop me from doing other things that I wanted to do. I still was dancing, taking classes. And then when I got older, I ran into some people like when I met you, you got me back into dancing a whole lot more. And then
Oh.
when we was introducing me to people that I went to high school with, you like, girl, you just know
Okay.
everybody.
You be knowing everybody for no reason. How you know these people? Like why?
I'm like, girl, I know her. They be like, "What? With the class? Yes. Hey, girl, I had flea days, okay?
Okay.
So yeah.
That's what's up. What about like what do you think really kept you going? I know you said you had Yummy Wing when you were 17, so you were a senior in high school. You started dancing, you get into it, plans just change. Like what was your process or your just like mental process it of okay, I'm about to have a baby and I'm 17. Like how do you keep going from there?
At first I was a little depressed about it because
Hmm.
my family, some of like my mom's side of the family, they could be like real judgmental about certain things.
Yeah.
And I back then I used to always care what people think or did what everybody expected me to do.
Yeah.
So when this happened, I was like, oh. I done messed up. Now I don't even know what I'm gonna do. But my grandmother, she was like, don't let this stop you. Because at first she was mad, but she was also one of my biggest supporters. So she was like, don't let this stop you. You can keep dancing. You can do what you want to do. She said, you and this baby going to be taken care of regardless. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she still wanted me to go to Juilliard. Like, she was like, oh, I'll keep yummy while you go out there. I was just like, oh, I don't want to leave my baby. Like,
Fresh
so,
syndrome, fresh
yeah.
mom syndrome.
So we just did something else. I went to school. I mean, I caught a loving and taking care of people and in the healthcare field. So I drifted off into that, but still had dance as like my main hobbies. Like I couldn't do nothing else. I didn't want to do anything else besides dancing and working in the healthcare anyway. So
Yeah.
that's what I basically did. And
Right. So it just kind of like fell off into the plans that you have now anyway. Like it all just kind of meshed together.
correct.
The future. Yeah. So what about like your support system? I know with UPQ, with Problematic Queens, it's like this big just importance of like a sisterhood and having people that support you through situations, because I think it's like super important to have people on your side. And I know you said you had your grandmother. How important or how much of a difference do you think that made? Like if you didn't have your grandma really pushing you, what do you think, or how do you think you would be, or you know what I mean?
Um, I don't. I think if I didn't have that push, it probably would have set me back more because I am a very emotional person. But
Mm-hmm.
I can say I do, even though my family is judgmental, they are a big support system of mine. My family supports me in whatever I want to do, and then my friends as well. People that even strangers that you will see like on social media will give you that push. Like, dang, they don't
Yeah,
even know me, and that just what they just said just stuck with me. So
right.
let me go be great and stop doubting myself. So yeah, and when I joined UPQ, when you started UPQ, cause you was so, I don't know if I should do this, and I've been on you about starting
Girl.
for the longest, girl.
Girl, because let me tell you, back and forth, like, Lord, hopscotch, getting in the double
We
dutch
had
rope
people
about
at
it.
the house coming up with names,
Listen,
logos, all type of mess. I'm
all
like, girl,
tight. Yes, man, you was in the trenches with me when UPQ first started off. Like, a lot of people don't know that, 'cause I think most times people go right into, like, oh, like how was UPQ started or when did UPQ start? But it's like, man, UPQ started at a bar.
at a bar, okay?
At a bar, listening to putting coins in the jukebox, trying to figure out what song was gonna play next and if it was gonna be a good fit. And it's just like that thinking about that and the actual like come up of UPQ and just having a back and forth and trying to figure it out and having somebody right there next to me, like, all right, keep going. We gotta figure this out. We gotta figure it out. What's helpful? Like it was the support in that moment was like crazy, like 10 times fold, because it's like even in that moment, if I feel like if I didn't have you right there next to me, it wouldn't have, I really wouldn't have had the motivation to do it. Like I would have been stuck on like, no, I'm okay. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna let homegirl do it. You know what I mean? And I
Right,
think that'd be important. Like that's what makes me think about your grandmother. Like the idea of her not being right there and being like, listen, come on, you got to do it, you got to keep going. It's like it's just a different level of support than it being from people that don't know you or people just texting you or people being like, oh girl, you got it. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, cause I feel like it's easy for people to look on to situations or see somebody else's situation and be like, oh girl, you got it. Like you'll get through it. You know what I mean?
right.
Like when people want
Like,
me
no, I
to
need
do
that extra little push.
yeah, like I know I got it, but that's not, that's I'm not coming to you to hear it's gonna be okay. Cause right
Right.
now that's what I feel like. I need somebody in the dirt with me right quick to really help me on this come up.
Okay. Yes.
Cause geez, who finna be doing this by themselves? Not me.
I'm like, let's go. You've been talking way too long. Okay, we making a list. Okay, cool. We can go
Let's
home
do
like
it.
morning. Like,
Okay, cool. So then you have Yummy, right? You
mm-hmm.
graduate. You saying you pulling Juilliard on hold. What happened next? What's after this?
So I started taking classes at MATC towards my nursing degree.
Yeah.
And then I went to school for 2 years, and then I took a break because Yummy's grandmother had passed, which is
Mm,
her father's mother.
yeah.
So that kind of took a toll on me because I was being his backbone and his support system when we were together. Um,
Yeah.
the loss of his mother took a toll on him and his siblings, and also Yummy because she was only 2 years old when she passed.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hard. So I just was focused on, making sure he was good because there were times where he just felt like he didn't want to live anymore either.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot. So I decided to just step back from school. I took a break from school for a while and then, focused on my family and started working.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was working. I got my CNA license and I was working at the mental health complex for a while, which I thought I wasn't gonna only work there for a day. I said I can't do this.
Baby, people be really out here with mental illness. Like
Correct.
I think people who I don't think people outside of the mental health industry understand the complexity of mental
Woo.
health and that people are really out here going
Yeah,
through it.
it's everybody. Everybody can't do certain type of jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
it at first I was like that first week I was like, "Ooh, I can't," but then it was like, "Oh, you gotta be able to understand these people. Different things trigger them. It's something
Mm-hmm.
they control." So I was out there for about like 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it. Like
Yeah.
that's why I say you
Of it. Once you got the understanding of it and the mental capacity to deal with it's much easier.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh okay. And at that time when I was working out there, I had my other two daughters. Girl,
Yes, girl, fertile.
as hell. So yeah, that was like a surprise. Surprise! I got pregnant with my second daughter while I was working out there, and I was trying to leave my baby daddy, but he was like, "I
Mhm.
love you. We could have another baby,
Yeah, that's
whatever."
Scorpio in him. That's Scorpio. Yeah.
Girl, he better go. But yeah, that's where the Project Twins came from. Yeah, so then I went from just Yummy to Shay Plus Three.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just me and the girls for a while. Me and him started going through things and then I left and I started living my best life when I moved on 55th.
Period. And I was on 63rd.
Okay. So we started going out, kicking it, having a great old time. And then Snow was like, "Girl, you be dancing. Let's book these gigs." And you just had me dancing at churches,
Listen,
plays and stuff.
one thing we're gonna chase is that bag.
Hello.
I see a talent, I'm gonna go get it. What's up? What we doing? You can dance? Period.
Girl came to knocking at the door like I'm outside. Oh, okay. She said, "Oh, by the way, we dancing at this play in 2 weeks." What?
Tuh.
Okay.
Tuh.
Salome had me booked and busy, y'all. Okay.
Oh, that's how you have to be sometimes, like, especially when you're going through things and you already feel like, even just hearing a story of like, this is your dream was to go to Juilliard, but you had a baby, and then now like things have to change. And I didn't know that before. Like when I met you, I just met you. And it's like I didn't know any background. I met you, you had 3 kids, and then I found out you can dance. So it was like all I'm seeing is space and opportunity. Like I'm not even knowing, what background you came from, but it was like, all right, this girl dope. She fun and she know how to catch a beat. So let's go get some money.
Okay, had a blast.
Let's
Rehearsals
go book
right
some
in the living room.
gigs. So how did you get into Coty? Where did that come around? Because
Coty.
back in the day, I mean, even now I say back in the day loosely, but like Coty, baby, Coty was nothing to play with. When I was growing up, like Coty was like the golden company to be in. Like you had to be the best of the best of the best to be on some Code 3 for. How'd you get
Right.
involved with them?
My auntie was in the adult company,
Mm-hmm.
and her daughter, which is my cousin, was in Time Coty, and I used to always be up under my cousin, so I was like, I want to go dance. So they took me to audition. We had to audition, honey.
Back in the day.
And I was 6. And at first I was scared and shy. But honey, when they played that beat and they were showing us the little dance moves, obviously I was getting it because they told me at the end of the rehearsal and auditions, they said, "Baby, you are a part of this company, and we'll see you at rehearsal next Saturday."
Okay, and that's how you book a gig. And that's how you book.
6 ready.
Ready. What's the significance of Kofi in your life today? Like what have you learned with being with them? Because you was with them for 10 years.
Yes.
And just like
Oh,
the role that dance played in your life over that course of time.
see, okay, so Coty, even though it was an African dance company, they instilled so much education in us as far as with the backgrounds of dancing, discipline as being a part of a company, and not being afraid to expand your talents as well.
Mm-hmm.
Being with this company, you become a family, just like any company that you're with. They treat you like the instructors, they treat you like you their kids.
Yeah.
Because basically we spend most of our weeks with them during our days during the week with them, and we're not just, oh, you're doing this and we're going to perform. We have to train.
Yeah.
They have us doing training like not just within the company. We went to actual dance conferences out of town. One trip I remember, we went to Washington D.C. for an African dance conference.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, it was dope. I think I was like 11 when I went, 11 or 12. And we drove out there. We had like 2 or 3 vans, and they packed us up in there like we was some sardines and Mexican
Okay.
here. They said, we finna get up out of here.
And that's how you supposed to do it. Them
Right.
the fun, them the most fun.
And we definitely had fun, even though we was basically out there to work and dance and train, but we also had fun. Like we went on tours of Howard University College, HBC.
Mm.
We had fun. They didn't want us to think, oh, this is just all about dance. No, this is going to be an educational experience for y'all too.
Yeah.
So Coty, they wasn't playing. Like, you know how you go and get ready for a performance. Certain dances and certain shows, everybody couldn't perform. So we
Right.
used to have to, like, even with you in a company, but certain shows we had to audition for.
As you should. We gotta put the best ones on the floor.
Because they said if you can't get this A count, you not finna go up there looking crazy.
I know that's right. I
So
think that's though. I low key miss that atmosphere because it's like it really sets the tone of it just sets the tone, like, of a presentation and just performance based. Like it sets the tone for you to come on and give your all. I think as years pass and generations after generations after generations, I do feel like the dance community has gotten softer in the sense of performance wise. Like,
Yeah.
um, I definitely agree with some of like the respect part of it. I remember being a dancer and be, disrespected, girl, like getting called out my name and didn't have feel like I had any importance or value, and just like chasing after a good critique. However, I still agree with at least the idea of working for it. Like, you
Right.
have to work for it. You have to put in the work to be the best, to be one of the greatest, to be on the floor. You just don't get to be here because you having a good time. Like, I miss that aspect, and it'd be hard to. I don't know if it's hard or if it's like you don't want to seem like you're somebody that's inconsiderate of everybody's situation. Because I be thinking like, Dad, I audition a piece and it's like, I don't want to be that person that shatters somebody's dream.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be the person that shatters your dreams, and now you go back and feel like you can never dance again. But then again, it's like, you gotta find resilience. Like, you have to find the passion and the motivation to push through and get to the end goal.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's what cause whoo, when I tell you we was out there working, honey,
Hmm.
we was working. And our instructor, she didn't play.
Okay.
Melissa, if anybody know who Melissa Beverly is, she did not play because she was also a dancer in Coty in the adult company.
Mm-hmm.
So there were times because we performed at the Paps Theater. Those were our big shows where it was just, we wasn't like, oh, performing in somebody's event. This was our particular event, our show.
Yeah.
And it used to be Kothi and then it used to be Time Kothi. Those shows we all pretty much performed, but when we had like gigs in Madison and stuff, we had to audition. And if you just act like you didn't want to be at rehearsal, you had to leave or you could sit out. You don't want to be here, cool. Go over there and sit down.
Right.
Don't be mad because at the end of the day, because like all companies, we had to pay our dues.
Mm-hmm. We
Um,
paying to be here.
okay. And we not finna waste nobody's time.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to too with dancing, you gotta get tough skin because if you can't take getting yelled at, then this maybe not be for you. Like, yeah, your feelings gonna be hurt, you gonna be a little embarrassed, you gonna be salty. But that's just your instructor or your teacher or your choreographer trying to push you to your limits.
Yeah. How do
And
you
that's what
think?
I
How do you think that like coming out of Kothi and just the training and the drive and push from there? How does that resonate in your everyday life, like today?
now I would say it because I used to be so scared to try different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just so content in being comfortable with I was comfortable with that I was afraid to try new things. So, um, Kothi, they gave me that push to stop being so scared. Like,
Yeah.
go for it, even if it don't turn out how you want it to. Just know you still did it. And I use that to this day with everything I do in life because I always second guess myself, and I have to stop doing that.
Yeah, girl, because it's like you don't know it's a saying that's like, girl, don't even let me get to them. But you don't
I'm over.
know. It's like you don't know what you're going to achieve if you don't try to achieve.
Right.
So it's like you'll sit here and you have this basketball in your hand and you don't know if you'll ever be able to make the shot because you holding on to that basketball. And it's like, okay, as soon as you release it, go in for that shot. Okay, you might miss, but you can get that ball again and you can try again. I
Right.
feel that. I think that that's a good a good placement of dance and just a lifelong lesson and skill that dance does teach you to just continue to be resilient. Because it's going to be stuff that you ain't going to get. It's going to be shows that you don't book. It's going to be, critiques that you don't like. But it
Right.
never stops you. You continue to do it. Like you'll come again next week or you'll come to rehearsal. You'll work harder. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what's up. Yeah, I agree. Like dance does kind of, when you grow up in it and being trained, it does pushes you to almost this like fearless atmosphere. Like you can do whatever. Cause y'all ain't cussing me
Right.
out. I ain't getting
And I
cussed
feel like
out.
they have that in the dance world now because I don't think they do it. They don't have it. Ain't much like discipline as it used to be.
Yeah, I think everybody, not everybody, but I feel like dance now is more of a self discipline, which is
Mm-hmm.
cool too. I remember having times where it was like, no, I don't want to dance, but I have to. Like, I
Right.
have to dance. I can't just depend on me wanting to do it because I'm in an atmosphere where I'm being pushed on every level to do it. I have coaches, I have trainers, I have, instructors that sets an expectation, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just let myself down, because sometimes it's easy to let yourself down. It's just like, okay, whatever, girl, I forgive myself. But when you have people who are counting on you too, or somebody is at the door waiting for you, it pushes you to be like, come on, let's go, like I gotta get to it.
Right.
Yeah. Do you feel like your daughters played that role as well, like in that motivation of just getting through life, getting through every day?
Oh yeah. My girls are my biggest cheerleaders. They, even though they get on my nerves,
Mm-hmm.
they mama be great all the time. Especially when I started UPQ. Can I go to rehearsal with you?
Okay, girl. Look, little UPQs.
Okay. But and they also will tell you the truth, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They'll
Critique.
tell me all the time, you looking over there, you looking a little lazy, like you tired. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, I wasn't dancing full out. That's what you mean. Huh?
They
Okay, let
said
me
pull
get it.
out from the first count to the eighth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold
Girl,
me
well,
back.
I they be letting me have it. All right, y'all. All right. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it.
So what do you got going on now? Like I saw it on Instagram. I don't know if you was doing just like a little sneak peeky of your scrubs business. Is it, can we talk about that, or what's going on with that?
Oh, so yeah. Um, I have a scrub line called Scrubalicious Uniforms. I'm gonna relaunch it probably in the next few months. I was just trying to show some pieces that I have because, I'm so deep in the healthcare field. I just feel like, why not be looking cute and comfortable with some cute, affordable scrubs?
Right.
And it's not just for healthcare, it could be for anything. I have my friends that spa owners, beauticians, nail techs. I be having men contacting me because they be wanting scrubs, uniforms to clean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because
doing yard work and stuff. So
it's comfortable.
it is. So I'm getting that together. So just be looking out. If y'all need scrubs, let me know because they will be very affordable.
For
I don't like
sure.
I
Cause
be seeing stuff that be too expensive. We in inflation, and I know.
I
I know,
don't
and
be
if you
paying $100, $200.
I damn near paid $75 for one pair. Like, no.
Lord, they be
So
wanting
yeah.
people to get to the bag. What got you into healthcare? I don't think I asked. Like, what transitioned you into being deep in the healthcare field?
Well, a lot of my family members are in the healthcare field. We got my cousin is a doctor. A few of my cousins are nurses, and another one of my cousins is an anesthesiologist. So that was just like I grew up in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was younger, I used to help take care of my granny because she had a few surgeries in the past when I was little, and I was helping my mom take care of her. And I was like, oh, I really kind of like doing this. I don't know if I can do it for somebody else, but when I actually started really take care of my granny as I got older, I was like, well, I can't do this because I would want somebody to take care of my grandma if I couldn't, like how I'm taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what pretty much got me started because everybody in my family's in the healthcare field. But then when I actually started doing it myself, as far as helping my granny, I knew that this could be a passion of mine, and it is.
Yeah.
I've been for over 10 years now.
A decade.
Mm-hmm.
Perfection. Talk about like resilience. Like I hear just from your story, like okay, you having your daughters, um, you starting a business, like things not working out. Like discuss like where do you feel like you've shown the most resilience or the impact of having resilience has helped you get through your journey?
Um, there it comes with a lot of ups and downs. People think that everything's supposed to just be like a straight line. Everything's supposed to come to you so easy. No, you gotta work for it.
Yeah.
I've learned over the years, especially with having kids at such a young age, that you can't give up. My thing is, I have little ones that's looking up to me, that's depending on me to make sure we are okay.
Yeah.
So that what really has been pushing me. And I'm just like, oh, this ain't working out. Okay, let's try this again. I
Mm-hmm.
can't, my thing is, I can't give up.
Yeah.
I can cry through it, I can fuss and fight through it, but I'm going to still keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I also, too, like when I know it's overwhelming and I'm over here crying and I'm like, okay, I can't, I call one of y'all.
Mm-hmm. Hit us
I
up.
be needing you and my sisters to, whew, to bring me back to life. Like it's okay. What you need? What can we do?
Right. What can be done? Let's find a solution.
Okay.
I'd be like, let's talk it through. Let's figure it out because we gotta keep going. It has to be in continuous movement. Can't stay still. That's how you get stuck.
Right. I be
What?
telling people, no, just keep going, just
Just
keep
keep
going.
going. And I think
Hmm.
that's so true. It's like sometimes you can get sad and you just be wanting to sit in your sadness and just be depressed.
Right.
It can feel easier, but it's super important to just get up and just get to it and try day by day to really push through. So
Hmm.
that's what's up. What's going on with the sacred throne? My with the Cooper girls.
So I'm gonna relaunch that too. I'm going to stick to strictly just the at home kits.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna do like the teas and stuff, but I just felt like okay, I might be doing a little too much, and I didn't want to overwhelm myself.
Yeah. So
But the
what's the benefits of so when you relaunch it, what is it all like what are the benefits of the steams? They're steams, right? Yoni
yeah,
steams.
yes.
What's the
So
for that?
what got me into the yoni steaming is because I've had abnormal periods ever since I've had my youngest, my 4 year old.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into that journey of pretty much natural healing to see if those things would help. I started off with just the steams, and then I started getting the seats with it, the gowns to do it. But then I was like, hold on, let me take a step back because I also wanted to do more research and take more classes and talk to histolic practitioners who does this
Yeah.
and has more background and education for to teach me more than I don't know. So that's what I've been doing before I relaunch it because I wanted to get more knowledge about it. Have been using them myself. my own steams and also other people's, um, which has tremendously helped with my cycles because after I had the baby, like my cycles were like months at a time. The cramps were really bad. Now my periods are back normal. I'm still working on like the in between bleedings of my periods. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have a cycle, I'll be off and then I just randomly spot or bleed here and there. So that's the target that I'm trying to maintain with that. With older, um, a lot of women have issues with fibroids and polyps. It helps with all of that. Shrinking them, shrinking your fibroids, shrinking and getting rid of polyps, helping ease up menstrual cramps, easing up the pains with women who are dealing with menopause, women who have hemorrhoids from giving birth and stuff like that with those type of issues. So it depends on how consistent you are with doing the actual steaming because it ain't just you. People just think, oh, I'm gonna just steam and I'll be cured. No, you have to eat properly too, drink a lot of water, and still take care of yourself. Still go see the
like
doctor.
an add-on to a healthy lifestyle.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
yeah.
what's up. So where can we follow you? Where do people gonna follow you at? So when you get these things on the go and launch, they can know what's up. What's your tags?
You can find me on Instagram at Shaquan Sparks, and I also have Sacred Throne has an Instagram too, and that's just at sacred.throne. And you will see some of my scrubs that I have on there as well, but and my steams and everything. And you can hit me up on Facebook too at Shaquan Sparks. I'm always on there too, so inbox me, hit me up. It'll have my business line on there too, so y'all could call and text on that line too.
Definitely, and I can't wait until the launches because I need me another coochie ball, girl. I need that. And I need me some scrubs, honey. So I cannot wait to see everything come about. And I'm always just so excited and supportive of everything that you put your mind to. True businesswoman and mom, side by side, girl. It's just like you make it look so easy and effortless. Cause Shay has how many? 4 girls?
Correct.
Yes. So, and she handled it with a smile.
So
Something I couldn't even think of, but I see, every day just you pushing through and getting it done. And I love that.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and being on the show.
Of course. Anything UPQ, I'm down for the get down, okay?
Okay. And that's what we need. Thank you, Shay, so much. Love you, girl.
Love you too.
Thank you for joining us today on the Unproblematic Podcast. Remember, self-healing is a journey, not a destination. And as we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a few final thoughts. Firstly, always remember to be patient and kind with yourself. Healing takes time, and it's okay to stumble along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Secondly, don't be afraid to seek support when you need it. Whether it's from friends, family, or professional, reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. And lastly, embrace self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same love and understanding that you will offer to somebody else. You deserve it. As we close, I want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for tuning in. Your presence and willingness to explore the journey of self-healing means the world to me. Until next time, Queens, remember to be gentle with yourself, to nurture your mind, body, and spirit, and to always believe in the power of your own resilience. Take care, and may your journey towards healing be filled with love and light. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Unproblematic Queen. And, like, tag, share this podcast. Mwah.